Welcome. Welcome to today's installment of my video blog. Today I'm going to be talking about covert narcissists. Of all the categories of narcissism, this is undoubtedly the most interesting one. These are the narcissists who are wolves hiding in sheep's clothing. Among all of the narcissistic categories, these are the most tricky and perhaps dangerous ones. They pretend to be lovers, givers. They pretend to be altruistic. They tend to be kind. These are the individuals that project a demeanor of patience and love. Often, they're psychotherapists, teachers, ministers, rabbis, politicians. They project to the outside world a loving, giving, kind, and patient demeanor. But really, in the inside, they're deeply selfish and narcissistic. They have all the qualities, all of the same qualities as the overt narcissist. They just know that if they should show them or they should display them, that would get in the way of achieving the power, recognition, and self-centered, selfishly driven success that they so deeply want for themselves. These covert narcissists are so able and adept at fooling us. The covert narcissist fools us because they know what we want and they're able to pretend to be that person. Because we believe in that projection, that exterior, that they so perfectly show us. For example, a therapist, a minister, or a teacher can project to the whole world how kind and giving they are. And they can be, and if they're good at it, if they're successful in this acting job, they will be able to get what they need: power, recognition, and money. They don't really care about helping people or making a difference, but they act that way because when they act that way and they're good at it, that is when they are successfully able to get what they need most. And it could be a big paycheck, it could be recognition, success. But how do we know a covert narcissist from a garden variety narcissist or an overt narcissist? The only way really is to know that person from a personal angle, to be in a personal relationship, because the covert narcissist cannot hide from those who are personally involved with them. These are the people who can see their selfishness, their self-centeredness, their egotism, their grandiose and entitled facade. Let me share with you an example of a covert narcissist. About 2 years ago, I worked with a 17-year-old young man, and we'll call him Steve. Steve's father was a social worker at a high school. And at this high school, this social worker was known for his kindness, his patience, his giving nature. He was celebrated at the high school. He was just that beloved. But what was problematic to my client is that everyone would come up to him and constantly say to him how wonderful his dad is. But no one really knew the truth, because this person who was beloved among everyone at school was a raging alcoholic. He was verbally and physically abusive. He would come home, he would immediately drink to the point of intoxication, and he would belittle this young man's mother. And he would scream, yell, and sometimes hit my client and his siblings. To the outside world, this man was wonderful. But where he could hide, where no one could see him except his family, he was a very mean, self-centered narcissist. Covert narcissists are like this. Whether they are famous TV spokespeople, whether they're in the media, whether they're our teachers, our therapists, they seem so perfect on the outside. But if you tune into them and you watch, you can tell the difference. But the covert narcissist is unable to unconditionally like and care for their friends, loved ones, children, and wives or husbands. Everything has a cost. Everything has strings attached. The covert narcissist will be so loving and kind, especially in the public eye, but when there's nothing to lose and no one is watching, their narcissism comes out. It can be very, very upsetting if you're in a relationship with a covert narcissist, because everyone, much like my client, will tell you how wonderful your partner is, but you know the truth, that behind this fake, likable, kind person, who sometimes acts as if he's a codependent, or she, is a narcissist, who's selfish, often mean, and is only about their own needs. So what do you do when you encounter a covert narcissist? This has actually happened to me a few times. Because if you confront the covert narcissist about their narcissism, about their facade, about their duplicity, they will get really angry. I promise you that. I recommend that if you're in a relationship with a covert narcissist, it's best to just cut your losses and move on. If you out them, if you uncover their true narcissistic tendencies, you are likely to be at risk. Personally, emotionally, financially. These are narcissists. Remember, when you cross them and you take away their livelihood, when you expose them, they will do anything they can to keep where they are professionally, personally, and financially, even if it's at the expense of a child and a spouse. So be warned that sometimes people who are kind and giving, altruistic, may be faking. Probably the best way to determine if someone is a covert narcissist is to confront them, is to give them constructive feedback. Because narcissists typically will get very angry and defensive when you suggest that they're doing something wrong or they've done something hurtful. In fact, sometimes they fly off the handle and get enraged and aggressive. Some get passive-aggressive, tricky and sneaky. But if you are in a relationship with a covert narcissist who seems too good to be true, try this. Say, hey, I have to give you some feedback about something you're doing wrong, and I'm hoping that you can take care of that. And what will happen immediately is something will click in the covert narcissist. You'll see something in their eyes, in their facial expression, and you'll know you triggered what we call a narcissistic injury. The covert narcissist will get mad and angry. But because they're adept at hiding their true self, they will come up with a plan in how to hurt you, how to defend themselves, how to take away your credibility. Or they just might become offensive, aggressive, and try to control you by using manipulative strategies and psychological techniques to make you believe that you are wrong in your judgment and that you should apologize for your negative feedback. Again, I want to remind you, covert narcissists are that tricky. Well, I hope this video blog was helpful, and I look forward to many other video blogs in the future. Stay tuned, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.